Hey guys, ¿qué tal? This is also Hunter, ready to start another video for Microsoft Excel. This time I had a question in one of my blogs, and basically were asking me how to do when you have name and last name uh, in the same column, and we would like to simply, be able to split this string in two so that you can have the last name in one and then the first name in the other one. So how do we actually do that? Well, Excel, the magic Excel again, um, will give us a couple of I will call text formulas, text manipulation formulas that we can use in order for us to be able to do things like this, like the one that we're trying to achieve on this one. So let's go ahead and start by clicking on the cell for the last name, which is here, and we are going to use a couple of formulas that would allow us to be able to get those last and first names separated. Okay, so the first thing that I need to do is just to find a common character in all of these names, and for this particular case we will actually identify the space in between the last and the first name in each of these individual cells. So that's the common factor, the common key that will be used as in order for us to be able to retrieve both the last and first name. So first thing that I need to do is to use the find um, formula and be specific in the fact that I need to find a space. So I will add a space here, and we are supposed to add the text that we're looking for, and then we will tell this formula where we want the formula to look for that space. So what are we gonna get in returning here? Basically, we'll be able to see how many characters we have starting from left from this string up to the character that we're looking for. So it will give us an amount of characters that we have to move to the right in order to find this character. So let's go ahead and hit enter. And in this case, it says that it is on the character number 5. Let's see if that's true. Let's count REDA and then the space. That's totally correct. So that's the first thing that we need to do. And matter of fact, for this particular matter, I will actually insert another column, and in here we'll put the name, because we are basically working with last name and first name. So let's just copy this formula and use the same for the name. Name will be the first one that we'll be using for this example, and then on the last name we will use another one combined with this one. So now that I know how many characters I have, in order for me to find the space character, now we need to use another formula. This formula left is a formula for text manipulation as well. So on the left we can tell Excel, I want you to give me from this string that I'm telling you, which is the string that I'm actually referring to right now by clicking on this cell, from B2, I want you to just give me the amount of characters that I'm asking you on the numbers of characters that you're requesting for this formula. So how do I actually get that? I already know that the find will give me the amount of characters that I'm looking for. So left will actually retrieve that amount of characters from the B2 cell, which is the reference that I'm just giving. Okay, so that will be the trick to get the name of this whole string. Let's go ahead and hit enter to see what's happening. There you go. If we actually just drag this, the rest of them, we'll be able to basically get the rest of the name exactly how we were planning, correct? So now we have the names. What is next? Finding the last name, it will change a little bit. It could be that sometimes you can use the right for some of these special cases, but in this case we will use mid. Mid comes from middle, and mid is another formula that combined with find and some other formulas in Excel will give you an amount, a vast amount of uh, I would call it choices or different type of opportunities that you can use for a shift for you're looking for. So we are aiming for the last name now here. So let's go ahead and proceed with mid. Mid is another formula. Okay, so we first give the reference, which is the B2 that we've been working with, and then we place a comma. And now we want to know where exactly we want mid to start counting from the left to the right. How do we actually achieve that? By they're just using the find formula again will give us the exact amount of characters that we have from that character, which is the space, to the right. Now, something very important that I need to mention, and this is the fact that when we retrieve with the mid the string will also contain the space. Okay, the space that we are actually adding as a reference in order for us to know how many characters we need to move to the right from that specific point of reference, which is in this case the space. So what do we do in that case? We will have to add a +1 formula so that we can start from the character number 2. So let's go ahead and first just check by doing this, and we will see that if we hit enter by closing the parentheses, we will be able to retrieve the last name, but it will have a space in the front. Let's go ahead and try that. Okay, 1 second, we are missing something. Oh yeah, okay, for this number of characters, that is very but very crucial. Okay, I'm just telling to define, okay, I want you to move from here to here, but I'm not telling how many characters I want them to move. So for that, we will use another one. This is another formula that you use for text manipulation, and it's called length. Length will give you the length of the string that you are actually referencing or just using as a parameter on this particular formula. So let's just go ahead and click length. We start the parentheses here, and we will use B2 as the reference, because from that whole amount of the characters that form this string, we will just gonna get the amount of strings that we have for this particular case. So we will just start by doing it like this, and then we will have in this case the last name that we were looking for. Okay, so let's just go ahead and run the rest of them, but let me see something out real quick. As you can see here, we do have a space in the front, and reason to that, we were in need of just doing extra plus sign that I was talking to you, plus the number 1, which is the character that I'm trying to avoid in this case. So let's just go ahead and add it here. If you put 2 instead of 1, you will see that it will move to the I, because the first one is the character N, and then the second will be basically the I. So in this case, we only need to add, as I say, the plus sign and number 1. Okay, and that will actually be the correct way of doing this. So here we go. Now we have what we were looking for. That's pretty much what we were trying to achieve. As you can see, everything is in proper way, which I really like. It looks very formal. But miss the opportunity that I'm here, and let's just go ahead and use um, three more formulas that I think it will be super, super useful for you. Proper, we will not do much right now. And why not just go ahead and use another one uh, for you guys to have it as a reference as well, because this is mostly text manipulation and it's really important for me to mention them all. So let's start with proper. Proper, what it does, basically, proper will give you the opportunity of changing the first character of any string to an uppercase. That's the way you do it when you're actually starting a sentence, so that's pretty much what it will do here in this case. But for the purpose of this, if we happen to refer the text to the lower that we will have here later on, we'll be able to see the change. Otherwise, we won't be able to see anything. Right now, we'll be just blank because we are not referring to any text. But if I type in, for example, Reda here, and you can see the total amount of it is just lowercase. If I happen to just go ahead and be able to refer to the lower formula here, I just choose Reda here. Oh, I'm sorry. Remember that you have to open the parentheses in order to get what you're looking for, and then you close here, and there you go. So since these ones are lower, all of them will be lowercase. Okay. Same thing if I go here and I just place the upper will do exactly the same. Okay, you will see here that it will become all upper, as you can see there. And let's just go ahead and format this in a way that it looks nicer than I think. Let's format this table if it's possible. Let's hit enter, and that looks a little bit better now. Now, for the terms of proper, if we just run the rest of this, we'll be able to see what I was looking for, which is, to be able to do capital letter or capitalize the first character of this string. Now, concatenate, the last one, before we actually finish this review, is basically a formula that will allow you to put together, as many text strings as you want. So for the purpose of this video, we will just go ahead and get the first name, and then we will place a comma and add the last name there. If we do that, we will have no space in between the two, so we will have to add in here a space and then another comma, and that would be the trick for all of them. And that's what I love of doing the tables. Basically, Excel proceed to calculate the rest of them without the need of just typing in the rest of them. That's something that I love of Excel. So as you can see here, you are now able to put all this name and last name together. You can even invert them, if you want. You can even use another character instead of a space. Maybe you want to put just a sign like this. See that changes immediately. It's just amazing how many things you can do with Excel when you're trying to shift things like this. Text manipulation is one of the best things that you will find to start with Excel. So that's pretty much what I have for you right now. Just stay tuned for more. We have plenty of things that we'll be learning along the way. We have plans to be doing at least 2 videos per week, so yeah, stay tuned, because we have a lot of material that we need to cover in this particular case with the Excel. And also, I would like to mention that for the terms of Microsoft, we will also be working with PowerPoint and Access. and especially when it comes to databases, because we want to start, just creating the user interface that you've been looking for, and we will do it in Excel and Access by using the user forms. User forms are very useful when you just want to display data or just capture data and protect some of the Excel workbooks and the tabs that you already have there, so nobody can actually change things like that. So we will go through all of these topics in the next videos. So Albus and Hannah here, very very happy to have you on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you like this video, and I'm more than open to hear what you got from me in terms of your opinion, your comment, your concern, questions, whatever you think I need to do in order for me to be able to improve these videos. So you're the last judge here. I am just ready to hear you and go for more. So see you later, guys. Bye bye for now.